Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wrote a little something and I'm going to post it on all my platforms that I have. This is just like short message, and I don't know if I'm going to talk about these topics after I read this. So yeah, it's just something I wrote. I have this book that I write little things in, like topics and stuff like that, and recently, well, not recently, these are just all problems that are wrong in this world and that this world needs to change, and I think we all need to speak up and use the platforms that we have to have our voices heard, to have our opinions out, and I think we all just need to work together on making this world a better place and coming as one, and start making some changes in this world, because this world is a very ugly place, and it, in my opinion, it just gets uglier each year for everyone. And 2020 has been horrible, just horrible. The things that are happening with quarantine, or not quarantine, but COVID-19, horrible. I'm not in quarantine anymore. My state isn't in quarantine anymore, or at least my city. Or I don't know. But I'm so that's one thing. Like, coronavirus is a really, really bad thing, and then there's also a lot of other things going wrong in this world where racism is still a thing, and white people are still getting treated better than black people, and I think it's just ridiculous how people are treated differently just because of the color of their skin. I will fight for what's right, because that is not right. I hear you if you are a person with color. I hear you, I mourn you. I will fight for your justice and your peace. Everybody has heard what happened to George Floyd. That should have never happened. And if it was a white person, I do agree that that cop would have stood up and helped. But instead, he just kept doing it, and George Floyd died for no reason. So I also think he needs peace and justice as well. I don't think protesting I protest, but protest safely. Okay, one, coronavirus is still going on. Two, you shouldn't be destroying businesses and hurting people and having riots and blowing stuff up. That I don't think is right. Yes, we all need to speak up, and I feel like everybody needs to speak up and get it heard, because it's not right. And yeah, so this is just something I wrote about literally most topics about things. I guess I don't really know how to say it, but okay. This is a world where people get judged for the color of their skin. This is a world where black people aren't equal to white people. This is a world where you get hate for your sexuality, for loving who you want to love. This is a world where you get hate for not being thin or big enough. This is a world where people judge you if you're not pretty enough. This is a world where people sit behind a screen and tell you to kill yourself. This is a world where guys see women and young ladies as objects instead of human beings. We can all agree on this. This world needs to change. We all need to speak up and come together to make this world a better place. And that's what I wrote, and that's just my opinion, and I've literally seen it I have social media apps, and only one of them is set on private. Like Snapchat, you can't have on private. You cannot add people, but TikTok, I don't have on private. Anybody can follow me on there. Which I've gotten hate. I've gotten to tell. People have told me to kill myself. People have called me ugly and a bitch. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. People have called me a whore, a hoe, worthless, and all that other thing on the social medias. And it's just people behind the screen. And I feel like people that follow you, that don't know you, don't know anything about you, and think like 15 little minute videos on TikTok that they know everything about you. Luckily, I don't have that problem because I'm not that big enough. Like, I'm not big enough on the app where mainly my, like, TikTok followers are, like, friends or, like, people that become my friends. But for all these famous TikTokers, they're getting hate for what they look like or their bodies, or they're telling you, like, people to go kill themselves. And it's just like, I honestly don't know how people do it. I don't. I would not want to be famous for that reason. But yeah, that was my little message. Like I said, I'm making a separate video of me just reading what I wrote and posting it on my platforms. Because I think my message or whatever little thing points out a lot of things that are wrong with the generation today. But the one big thing that has been happening forever is the whole people being racist because of somebody's skin color. That's been happening for years upon years, and it needs to stop. It's 2020. Like, come on. Like, grow up, okay? We're all human. We all have feelings. We all try. We all go through things. So just don't. Like, there's no point. But, yeah. So that's been this video. I've been wanting to make this video. And I tried at my mom's, but, like, I just didn't really have time over there. And then another thing, it's Pride Month. And a lot of people have been posting around that put your accounts like Instagram and TikTok, and if you have Snapchat, don't post that you're like part of the LGBTQ plus, because people are going to hate on small accounts, and so you should put your account in private. My opinion is they're trying to silence us, and they want us to be quiet about it, which I think is stupid, because Pride Month is, like, our month, and so I don't understand, like, I'm not going private. I haven't had any issue, which, they've done this before also. I've watched other LGBTQ plus people that I follow on TikTok, and they basically said they've been doing this for years, trying to, like, shut our silence or whatever, and, like, they never do anything. And to be honest, it's probably just an old guy that lives in his mom's basement still, and just has nothing to do but type on a computer. So that's my opinion on that. And then this world's just cruel. Like, if you don't act a certain way, you can't be friends with this person, or, like, if you don't act a certain way, you can't be a part of this group, and it's just, like, if you don't look a certain way, then you can't be part of this group, or you can't be someone's friend. It's just, this world is, like, cruel, and guys most definitely treat girls as objects than human beings that have feelings, and is more than that. And I think it's disgusting how guys do that. And yeah, I just don't understand it. This world is just cruel, and it needs a lot lot of changing, but I feel like if everyone comes together and uses their voices and using their platforms that they have and coming together as one, then we can definitely change the world for the better and make it better for the next generation. Because I know also, I've seen also people like teenagers or older teenagers or young adults that are like literally scared to have kids with teenagers in the future, but it's young adults kind of ready, that they're literally scared to have more kids because of this generation, because it's like crazy, and definitely could be 100% a lot better. And yeah, and it's just like, it is true, like, it's like, I don't know, like, thinking about having a kid in this generation, or like trying to do the next generation, I don't see any changes unless if we start making a change now. And if the world isn't changed, then I'm good on having kids. I'm not bringing little kids into this world, or babies, So yeah, that's just my opinion on it. I feel like we all need to come as one. Like I said, the world needs to definitely change, and I feel like if we all come together, it can. There's a lot more wrong with this world, a lot more problems in this world than what I just pointed out, but these are a few that I pointed out and wrote in my little journal book thing. I have a diary. This is just, like I said, this book, I have like a lot of topics that I talk about in this book, and then I have a backup account on TikTok that I post these videos of me just like reading these short little things about topics, and I post them on my backup account on TikTok. And yeah, so, but this one will also be going on my main, and like I said, I'm going to be posting this on every platform. But yeah, I've been wanting to do this video for a minute, but couldn't, because I've been really busy this summer, and I'm a lot busier. I have less time to talk to people. Well, I talk to a lot, or I don't talk to a lot of people. I literally only talk to like 3 people, which I haven't been able to have much time to talk to one person, which is my boyfriend, because I've been like hanging out with Amber and going over to my grandparents and just binge watching shows and movies with her, and then hanging out with my mom, and like we've been doing a lot of family stuff since we're a lot out of our house now. Like before this, I posted a blog on Nelson Ledges. We went there 2 weeks ago with my stepmom and my dad, and then I don't really see them as step aunt and uncle, but it's like my stepmom's sister and husband, which is my aunt and uncle. We went with them, and then last Saturday, I didn't film, but we went to Deer Creek, which is a driving range, and putt-putt, or mini golfing, and batting cages. So, yeah. And so yeah, I've been really busy lately. Also need more YouTube video ideas, which I do want to do a cooking with Cheyenne. I kind of want to try this TikTok cooking thing that I see. Looks really good. It was like a one-eyed monster, if you know what those are, with bacon wrapped around it and cheese, and it's a sandwich, and it looked so good, and I told my grandma I wanted to try it, but I kind of want to like cook it for my YouTube channel, or try to cook it for my YouTube channel. So yeah. And then I make peanut butter pancakes, which I have to find a place quiet enough, which is probably at my grandma's, for me to do that video. So yeah, I love you guys. Make sure you guys stay strong and stay positive. And yeah, I love you guys. Make sure you guys stay strong and stay positive. Peace.